If we look here at setup, I'm going to put that blue line down there, okay, from the ball vertically up.
Yep.
You can see on the right hand one there now, just look a little bit more kind of streamlined, okay, in terms of the weight now is equally proportioned from sort of shoulders to feet, whereas this one here looks very much kind of like
you can see on the head
lean,
as well,
yeah, the head's before the line, the hands are a bit further forward, okay, just everything's kind of very much sort of on this side of the golf ball more than we want to, okay. Now the problem with that is you swung back, you had to kind of then move off the ball, okay, to get behind the ball. Now that blue line's moved off the ball, so you've moved probably even more so than that blue line represents, okay, and a long way behind. Then as you don't come back to golf ball, your head stays back too far, you're coming back into impact now, your hands from here, because you're so far behind the ball, they're working very much up, club's working up, we top it, okay. You watch on the right hand side, the swing thought was we're just going to rotate around ourselves, okay, maintaining our head position, okay, so the club starts going back. Very good.
Head stayed there.
Very good. He moved a little bit, which is absolutely fine. I mean,
but compared to what he was.
Very good. Very good. So from there now, the sort of side of your face is on that blue line. As you come back to the golf ball, head can just stay there.
Yeah.
Really good strike. So we can see the contact there. That hand's now sort of nicely on top of the golf ball, and your hands are swinging more in this direction as they come through impact. Okay, in this way, and you then swing through.
Letting the club do the work.
Exactly. Yeah, you're finishing more on your left side, so most of it now is moving this way, whereas this one actually the ball being missed when you finish now, leaning back a little bit, and again in time that foot being flat on the ground, that will start moving a little bit once you feel as though you actually are moving and shifting towards target, not leaning back here. But the problem was before, if we sort of pinpoint where your head would sort of start here, move to here, then move there, and then move to there, so we're going kind of like, and that effect exactly, and effectively, well the thing is, if your weight's hanging back here, you never do it. You're never do it. I mean, exactly. You've got to move up on that. I mean, the only foot that really moves is your left foot lifting off the ground, because only because the weight's favouring on that right hand side. And the problem is, if people say, "Oh, lift your right foot," or "Don't lift your left foot off the ground," well,
you're gonna fall over.
Exactly. The way to lift that foot is to eventually start moving that. But again, for me, I think small steps, bit at a time. I always look at setup to start with, then backswing, and then through swing. Okay, so we've tied the setup that you just generally look more and more kind of in line here, which for me is good. And now we're sort of trying to rotate around in this sort of position here. Now, as you can see, it's a much more. There's a lot. Look at the shadow on the ground.
Yeah.
That kind of indicates a lot there. You're sort of staying there. What's the shadow on this one? It starts off this side of the ball and it ends kind of over here somewhere. So a lot of movement side to side there. And the next one again. This was a better shot because you did move a little bit to start with behind the ball. You can see that one there. You're more behind the ball there to start with. Now, whether that's a conscious thing, I don't know. I don't think I said that at the start of the first lesson. But you moved a long way off the ball. That's where your shadow is now. Now, in this case, you come back in an okay shot. You made contact, but it was still more off the top of the ball there and just going low on the ground. So to summarise there at setup, looser there, more in line with your weight position over each shoulder, over each foot, not leaning so far on that front foot, okay? And then swing thought, and only swing thought, again, while staying and maintaining loose, rotate around, so your shadow's not moving that much. You're staying kind of, if you imagine like you're inside a phone booth, okay, with no club, and you're going to rotate inside that phone booth, so to speak, you're not going to move outside it, or inside a barrel or whatever. You can keep twisting and turning around yourself, and then in time that will just start moving a bit more this way. Because you swayed so far this way on the way back, the thought of moving that on the way through, you just fall over. I mean, if your head's moving that far side to side, well, God help you, you'd be just toppling over all the time, okay? So as a result of that sort of movement back here, you start going back here, but then it's just too much, too little, too late, and you sort of just stay on the back foot. As a result, your swing now coming at the golf ball is very much up this way, topping it, as opposed to being more that way, and the ball then
going when it's up,
Okay, mate, does that kind of make sense then? So,
absolutely.
I mean, generally a good movement there, to be fair, good rotation there, good strike of the ball, and again an effortless movement through.
It definitely felt better. Absolutely,
Good stuff. Very good. Okay.